Hi, my name is Sam Vagar, and I'm a senior at Brandeis University and a member of the One campaign. The question I really want to answer is this. Why One? Why should you become an active One member in the movement to end extreme poverty and global disease? I would say because One clearly articulates what is at stake. As members, we recognize that poor nations can become unstable and vulnerable to ideologues and fundamentalism, to terrorist action and control. We also recognize 1 billion people living in extreme poverty means 1 billion people who not only struggle themselves, but contrast with the strong economic growth rates found in several young African democracies. And we understand that at its core, extreme poverty is a grave injustice, as more than 8 million people die every year from malaria, TB, HIV/AIDS, and waterborne diseases. Injustice. One is for the HIV-positive mother who has lost her husband and is caring for her children, one of whom is in a coma from cerebral malaria in an underfunded clinic. The child is sick on a bed, 3 children to a bed, in a clinic 200 miles from her home without running water, quinine, or any other medicine to stop the parasite from spreading. However, One as a movement is about getting the resources that are needed, in this case medicine for treatment, and a $6 bed net to protect against malaria. Can you say no to such a movement? And by saying no to the movement, can you say no to this mother? Can you honestly look into her eyes and say that you cannot help her in this time of need? If by helping her children they can not only survive but achieve their fullest potential. If by financing integrated development in healthcare, agriculture, and education, you can empower this child and entire communities to move out of extreme poverty. The truth is we can help and we must. Africa's movement is directly tied to our movement. This is for Africa and for all the people worldwide living in extreme poverty. It is also for national security and global stability. However, we in America cannot end extreme poverty. Africans can end extreme poverty in Africa through their own community-led commitments and grassroots action. However, our movement can greatly enhance Africa's movement. This global movement is grassroots to grassroots. Our grassroots lobbying in America directly promotes grassroots change in Africa. And so we must dig deep, and this means doing our research. We can't be swayed by surface level judgments as there is too much at stake. This movement will only succeed when we are directing our focused attention and energy to the interconnected crises. Vanity Fair July issue is a great place to start, and it's online. Jeffrey Sachs' book, The End of Poverty, is a great read on the argument for aid, trade, and debt cancellation. And then we've got to read the other viewpoints from Bill Easterly, Paul Collier. We've got to read the articles on development, magazines like The New African, follow the media coming out of poor nations, and let's go beyond the word poor to connect with individuals living in extreme poverty. We need to connect either by reading their stories, connecting your One group to One partner organizations, working grassroots in Africa, or if possible, traveling yourself. It's also so important to realize that we're in this together as one. That this is one strong movement America can be proud of. Check out the One blog at one.org and read about the tireless efforts of One super activists, Elaine Van Cleve and former Marine Michael Castaldo. Watch Sean Camoni on YouTube as he discusses the crises. And One field organizers work across the nation along with the DC team night and day to connect Americans on this effort. This crisis requires our attention and our response. The poor demand and deserve a response to their needs, their interests, as their survival and their development can be significantly supported by our grassroots lobbying. This crisis is reality every single day for 1 billion people, but it can change with you. One by one, learning and then lobbying our elected officials. We will form one voice so strong that the U.S. will play a major advocacy role in promoting just trade policies, accountable aid, and debt cancellation towards eradicating extreme poverty. The time to act is now. Please visit one.org, and thank you to everyone who's already joined and signed the One Declaration and is taking action as one to make poverty history. Thank you.